Hey everybody, DBS TCG Central here. Here to give you another deck profile. I am a competitive Dragon Ball player. I dabble in all sorts of deck building and competitive play. So that being said, let's do another deck profile. Today I'm bringing you a red one. One of my favorite red leaders. I have a few. We'll get to some of the other ones later in the week. But this one here, one of my favorites, SSB Vegeta Spirit Boost Elite. This guy is crazy. He's good. He came in a starter deck. He's a Universe 7 leader. He's got that tag, which makes him pretty strong with some of the cards that can be put into it and such. Let's give him a read. So when this card attacks, draw one card, then it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn, which makes him a 15k on his front side, which makes him super powerful. When you're swinging, they're going to have to combo out of it, or they're just going to have to eat it. So his Awaken is cool. One of the main reasons I like him is he awakens early. Big fan of awakening early, actually. Lets you be a little bit more defensive, even if you're an aggressive deck. When your life is at 4 or less, and you have a red unison card in play with specified cost of 2, you may switch up to 2 of your energy to active mode. Add cards from your life until you have 5 left, and then choose one red unison card with Kaba in its name and add a marker to it. Then flip this card over. So we don't use the Kaba Unison in this, which is not a big deal because there's a few more powerful ones that we use instead. So when he awakens, when this card attacks, draw one card, then choose up to one of your red Unison cards with specified cost of 2 and no keyword skills, and it gains double strike for the turn. And then you also have a once per turn where you could Spirit Boost, and you can do this on your opponent's turn or your turn. Spirit Boost 1. When your opponent attacks, one of your red unison cards with specified cost of 2. Negate the attack, then choose one of your unison cards, and it gets plus 6,000 power for the turn, which is great for the unisons we use. It'll make them more powerful. I think it'll get them over 20k, which means they're going to have to combo to do any damage to your unisons, which gives it a little extra protection. So it's definitely good. All right, let's get to some of the cards in the deck. All right, so this deck, the unisons are super important for self-awakening and also putting some aggression on because of the leader's flip side. So we're going to use one of the best 2-drop red unisons first, right off the bat. This bad Larry. And this guy is insane. Piccolo Jr., Descendant of the King. So this guy here, first of all, he's got an auto. So once he's on the battlefield, this takes precedence. When your opponent activates a counter skill, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 15 power or less than KO it. Just an extra little buff. So if they want to try to counter some of your attacks, they're going to have to lose a battle card if it's 15k or less. That's good. So he's really good for drawing. So his +1, you play him and you'll draw a card. So it's a little extra for you. And then it's -2. It doesn't really come into effect that much, but if you need to get rid of something, it's really good. And also if maybe you want to rejuvenate, depending on the situation. But choose up to one of your battle cards with energy cost 3 or less. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards with power less than the or equal to the chosen card and KO them. So a little bit of a board wipe if you have some pesky small stuff out, or if you KO something big that you might have on the board, it'll board wipe anything lower than that. So that it's good. It's good and it comes into play. It gains Rejuvenate once per turn also after you do the -2. So he's a very powerful unison. Definitely has a lot of value. So we'll use him for our first. For consistency, I added 2 more. This is a tech option I really like. I'll show you. It's a nice little combo. So Master Roshi, Potential Unleashed. If your leader is red and your opponent's life is at 5 or more, when this card is played, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So right off the bat, you want to play this card, you'll deal 1 damage, and then it's +1 is it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn, so we just do a 20k attacker. Really good. If you manage to get him up to 4 or 5, You can negate 4, and then this card will get 15 power and double strike. So he'll turn into 1500 power and double strike. He'll be a 30k double strike. So he could end the game depending on what's going on, how much you want to spend on him. He's good. He's a good, surprising uncommon, I believe. Yeah, but definitely a good unison. And I'll show you a little combo in a second. So since we play unisons, it got reduced to a 1 of. It got limited in a couple of ban lists ago, but super strong. It's almost like a secret rare, I'd say. It's a free play. So if your leader card is red, this card also gets 5,000 power, and your opponent can't activate blocker skills to respond to this attack, which is great. So they cannot use a blocker to deter this, and they'll have to use a negate. But if they use a negate, then your unison will go off and maybe pop a 15k or less. So it's really good. And if you have a red unison play with 3 or more markers on it, you could play this card for free. It goes away at the end of turn, but still, it's a double strike 15k attacker for free that they can't block. And if they counter, your unison will take effect. So it's really, really good. Now, some people play the Raditz super combos, which are really good super combos. But since we go to 5 energy, life, right when you awaken, and this is a Universe 7 card, I run this super combo. And I'll show you why in a second, but your life needs to be 5 or less, which is way better than going to 4, and then it gets a little sketchy, and you got to defend yourself a little more and have more energy open and stuff like that. I'll show you exactly why I use this in a second, but this is the preferred super combo, I think, for this deck. And then some double strike. You need a little double strike in your life. So you combo with this card, and you pay 1. You get plus 10,000 and double strike. Double strike high is pretty self-explanatory at this point, if you've been playing the game for a little. But if not, it's great card. And I like to call this a reverse Kai. So with this card is when you combo with it for 1, the card that you're comboing it with gets critical. So if you get something double strike, you combo with this also, and then it'll become a critical double strike. If you don't know what critical means, it means instead of them taking their life going to their hand like it usually does, it will actually end up going to their drop area. So they will not get the hand advantage. So really good card. I'll show you a little combo in a sec, actually. Actually, I'll show you right now. So what happens is your turn 2, you're going to play a unison. This is the great combo here. So turn 2, you're going to play a unison, 2 drop. So you'll play this one. Your opponent will crit a life right off the bat. You will be able to awaken, untap 2 energy. So now you have 2 energy again. So like nothing happened. You'll attack here. And when you attack here, you will give this double strike, because that's the ability on the leader. You give unison double strike after he attacks. And then you can have your 2 energy open. You'll tap an energy, and you will give him double strike. So he'll be a 25 double strike. So you crit a life. Now you're threatening with double strike. If you really want him to take it, you can use a super combo, because they are now live, because now that you awakened, you took life until you were up to 5. But you do this. So now 25k double strike. Resolves, however, he might take it, he might block it, defend it. Now this is double strike. You attack here. And then you combo your other energy right here. So now he's a double strike crit. And if you plus 1'd him, he'll be a 25. He'll be a 20k. So with this, will be a 25 crit double strike, and then you can super combo draw a card, and then that's a 35 crit double strike, and that's all turn 2. And then you can defend yourself with other cards I'll show you, even if you're tapped out. But it gets really aggressive really quickly, and a lot of people don't know how to handle it, and you can just win games out of nowhere. All right, let's clean up a little. That. All right, excellent. All right, so now we got some searchers. So I run 2 of the Whis. Basically, you can choose one when you play them. If your leader is a red Vegeta, this the energy cost gets reduced by 2, which is really good. So he turns into a 1-drop. And when you play him, you can look at the top 5 cards at the top of your deck and choose one red unison with specified cost of 2, or one red universe 7 with energy cost of 4 or less, which is the majority of your deck because this is a universe 7 deck. So choose up to one, or you could choose up to one of your leader cards and it gets minus 5,000 for the turn, and then this card gets plus 5,000 if you need to attack with 10k or something like that. It's a good searcher. It definitely makes you find your unisons when you need it. It's great. And then this is the newer card that actually just came out, which is exactly what the Whis does, except it's got another auto. So with this one, it's got a limit 1, and if your leader card is red, when you use a mono red skillless battle card in a combo, you can draw 1 card. So you draw an extra card if you combo with a skillless card, which we do run in this deck, and it's all universe 7, and I'll show you a few other combos we have in this deck also. But that's also it searches out your unison in a universe 7 also, which is really powerful. So these are like 6 really powerful searchers, and it'll help you find your unison. It's a perfect turn 1 for what you need to do. Searches out your super combos, everything. Like I said, we do run some skillless. So we run universe 7 Piccolo, skillless, 2-drop, 20k. A beater. He's great when he comes out. Very aggressive. I'll show you a way we cheat him out a little bit better than paying 2. But he's really good. He's mostly, you get him for the combo too, and you draw extra cards when you use him for the combo. So he's really strong and powerful. And then I think 6 is a good number for it. That's why I played 6 for consistency. Another skillless 3 Vegetas, 20k 2-drops. Really powerful. I'll show you exactly how they work and what they do in a sec. But a lot of times they're going to get comboed away for you to draw extra cards and stuff like that. To play them, we run Nimbus Master, 2 of them. Really get great defensively, so you can leave some energy open, and when you combo with this on your opponent's turn, you can search out 1 skillless battle card. I believe it's a 2-drop or less, and you could play it on your opponent's turn. So for 1 energy, you bring out one of these 2-drops on your opponent's turn, almost like an arrival, and then when it comes into play next turn, you can swing with it and start creating mayhem with like the double strikes and stuff like that. But excellent card. Defensively great, but it makes it offensive at the same time. Another super strong card, all universe 7 too. He was $30 at some point. I'm not sure what he is now. I think he's pretty close. Son Goku Divine Presence. So he's deflect, dual attack. So automatically he's coming out. When this card is removed, this card can't be removed from your battle area skills by your opponent. Yeah, oh my gosh. This card can't be removed by your opponent's skills on your turn, basically. Once per turn, when this card attacks, choose 1 red skillless battle card from your deck or hand, and then shuffle your deck. Oh, you can add it to your hand. I'm sorry about that. So all of these, it's just going to create more hand advantage. You have all these skillless, so you'll be swinging with this guy. You'll be grabbing more, and then you'll be able to combo with them to get you more cards in your hands and get more stuff that you need. So the way this guy's played is there needs to be 2 cards in the combo area, and then you can pay 2 red energy, and you can cheat him out for 2 rather than 4. He's got dual attack. He's a 20k, and he gives you card advantage by giving you a skillless back to your hand. So he's strong. He's really powerful, and he's got deflex, so they can't mess with him, and they can't KO him on your turn or get rid of him with skills. So he's safe for the turn you play him, and he's just a powerhouse. He kicks some butt. Another really strong card. This guy, Frieza, Fair Weather Fiend. Another universe 7. He's got double strike. He's got unique, so I only run 2. I'd run more. For 2 red energy, if your leader card is red, when you have a red unison card in play with specific cost of 2, At the end of battle in which you combo with this card from your hand, you can play it. So for 2 energy, you're going to play it after you combo. When this, once per turn, when your opponent activates a counter skill, choose up to one of their battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 30,000 power for the turn. Super strong. So you're preventing them from playing counters while you attack aggressively, basically. And if they do counter with this card out on the board, then you can uh, give something minus 30k ignoring barrier, which kills a lot, like the majority of the cards that you're going to be dealing with. Um, it just gets rid of them, no problem. I mean, the only thing bigger than those the kind of cards are like secret rares and stuff. All right, now a little defensive package. So that was all the aggression and all the inner workings and such. But I run 2 after image technique. If you don't know what it does, it gives you like 40,000 and gives your opponent like minus 10,000 or something like that. And you can use an energy, a life, if you have sparking 7, which means if you have 7 or more cards in your drop area. I'm sorry, sparking 5. So if you have 5 or more cards in your drop area, you can take a life instead of paying the energy cost, which really helps because free negates is really important when you're trying to be aggressive. So also for free, because we always have unisons out, these are always live, Wolfang Fist. So I run 2 of these. What this does, it's a counter attack, and the card that's attacking, ignoring barrier, will get minus 15k for battle. And you can play it for free if you have a unison with 2 or more out. But it's good because they're not going to want to combo out that much when they're attacking with something, especially if you can combo 2. So it's a really good out, especially for free and not having to take a life. It's really good. And then one of the best new free negates is testing the opposition. I run 4. This card, again, is a free negate. If you're at 5, it's perfect for this deck. Once you hit 5 life, once you awaken, this is live. So if you need to negate anything, it'll negate 2 attacks. It'll negate attack, you take a life once you're at 5, and then it creates a token that becomes a blocker. So you can block with that after. Amazing negate. I think all red decks should have it because they have a lack of like untapping and defense a lot of the times, but it's unbelievable. This deck can be defensive too. It's a really good pivot deck. Since we have unisons out all the time, I run 4 Yamcha's Merciless Barrage, one of the best counterplays, I'd say. We can't run the Videls because it requires your unisons to have 3 specified cost, but these are great. So they get played for free if you have a unison out, and it gives your opponent's battle cards minus 15k. So you could kill 2 things, or you could just seriously cripple 2 of their cards on the battlefield, so they can't do much to you. So really great card too, great for defense. If we run into barrier, we have that Frieza, but we also run 2 of these SSB Kaioken Son Goku. These things are a board wipe if you need them to be, or you can get rid of something with barrier that's 20. You can minus it 25,000, which is huge. I use it for the board wipe a lot of the time, but when there's a big monster you can't deal with, just getting with it has barrier, you can just get rid of it with this and then neg it with something else. It's insane. It's crazy, but it's definitely a great card. It should be a staple in every red deck. I run 1 of these just to surprise my opponent. It's a counter play. So if they play something crazy on their turn and I have the energy open, this plays for 3. And then I minus 2,000 all of their battle cards that come into play after I play this card that are out on the battlefield. So it usually board wipes, surprisingly, and they can't get any attacks in after that. The thing is with the Goku, it's going to be on your turn. I can do this on theirs. So it's a good surprise for them. Tech choice. And like I said, this is the defensive package. So Topo's obviously super strong. If you have 2 energy open, there's nothing they can do. You play it, and then every time your opponent attacks, they have to discard 2 cards. And a lot of people will not do that. And they will want to keep the cards, and their hand is as big as possible. So this is a good floodgate. It stops a lot of aggression if you need it to. Also, when it comes out, it's a 20k attacker, which is nothing to gawk at, So more aggression. But as you can see, you can go defensive also. All right, and one more card in this deck. So this bad Larry has won me so many games just because I push, push, push. They think it's all over, and then I just drop this thing. 25k dual attack. That's it for free. I'm tapped out. They don't think I can do anything else, and then I just go boop. Oop, geez. And then I get 2 more attacks in, and there's nothing they can do. This deck is really good. It's aggressive. It's defensive. I like decks that can pivot. This leader itself has built-in protection for the unison, and it gives the unison double strike, which is another threat. So never mind everything that's on the board, but the unisons themselves and the abilities on this that help it also is just crazy. The way it all lines up and how smooth it runs, especially that first combo I showed you with the Master Roshi. It's crazy. It can be super aggressive. And there's all sorts of other cards you could throw in it too that support it's a lot of support like in the starter deck that came with this, but also there's older expansions that had a bunch of stuff in it too. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this profile. I love this leader. I think this deck is super strong. Sorry about the mess, but thanks. This is my second video. I'm trying, and I'm gonna try to give one once a day for a couple weeks, I think, just to get all the decks I've had built and thought up of out and in the open, so everybody can check it out. But again, I am DBS TCG Central, and thanks for coming and watching this profile. And feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, I have an online store for collectors, all Dragon Ball stuff. I have playmats, cards, anything. There's usually a link in the bio. But I don't know. Thanks for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.